This is Simms Unbuttoned, and this is one of my favorite people in all the world. We are at the Super Bowl. It's Thursday. Brandon Marshall, not that we're like text all the time people, but
right.
I always consider you one of my best friends.
Yes, right. I mean, it's not even that. I feel like you're a brother. So when you're best friends, you talk all the time. But
right.
a brother, like, look, man, you got a family. I got a family. You're working.
Right.
I'm working.
Right.
When we catch up, and we pick up where we left off. So definitely a brother for me because, like, at my lowest moment or toughest moment, I would say you were there every single day when we were playing for the Denver Broncos. So that was – we need to talk about Josh McDaniels. How you feel? Because that's why it was a low moment for me.
Well, it was tough.
But
that
you're
was
a Josh McDaniels guy, though.
Well, I am.
Yeah, you are.
But
You're
I understand, like, some of the things that – went wrong there. I don't think some of the things, I guess where I think some of the things that went wrong there, I wouldn't put them all on Josh McDaniels.
Right.
I think there were some other things going on behind the scenes that made life hard on Josh with your relationship. That's all I would say, right?
But so you know something I don't know. Tell me, because I don't know.
Well, I think the team was going broke, right? I mean, you remember that year? They were giving out suites. I had my family in a Thanksgiving suite. I didn't have that kind of money.
Wow.
But they couldn't sell the suites in the football team.
Right.
So I think that's where some of the disconnect with the whole your contract and stuff, all that kind of went down.
So you're saying Josh McDaniels wanted to pay me, but the team couldn't afford to pay me.
I think there was a bunch of that going on there. Right. I think he was promised he was going to be allowed to spend a certain amount of money too on free agency and stuff like that. And then they looked at the checkbook and they go, no, you can't do that.
Wow.
Right.
If that's the case, then I need to. Well, I don't need to apologize to Josh.
I know.
I've been crushing them over the last 6-7 months because there's some other things that I still think are valid, but I didn't like how he handled my contract situation.
Right.
But again, if that was the case, then I can understand why he had to approach it that way, right? Because you can't give the player all the business.
Yeah.
So that's a tough spot to be in as a head coach.
It is. I think some of these coaches got to bite the bullet more than we think sometimes with stuff like that because the owner kind of like they do it, but they're not going to sell out the owner and be like, hey, the owner told me I can't.
Wow.
Right? So they take it.
I feel that's
I know.
Brutal.
It's the dirty part of the business.
Right.
I know. But you got paid. And
a year later,
I know, and it was risky.
Yeah.
I always tell everybody this story about you in the Eagles locker room. I do. I know you don't remember it because I told Mike Florio, like when we were there, it was like week 16. You should have been paid already.
Right.
We were giving ourselves that one last look in the mirror to make sure we look good. I don't know why I cared. I wasn't playing. I was just holding the clipboard.
You threw me a touchdown, but go ahead.
But I was sitting there, and I remember you just yelled at the top of your lungs. You went, oh, and your like vein was popping out of your neck. And I was like, what's up, man? You're like, I can't play like this. I can't play knowing the season's almost over and I'm this close to getting money and helping my family.
Right.
And you're like, it's hard to go out. And I was like, I know. I think I was even like, just be careful.
Right.
Because you can't go psycho when you know you haven't been paid like that.
You know what happened the next week?
The next week?
I didn't play.
You didn't play. Right.
I didn't play, and I'm bringing this up because I go out there the next week. We're playing against Kansas City.
Yeah, was it Kansas City?
I believe it was Kansas City.
Right.
And I said, I'm not playing.
Yeah.
I was healthy enough to play.
Right.
I'm saying that, and I'll bite this bullet for Lamar Jackson.
Right. You're right. It was Kansas City.
No player.
Yeah.
Look at DeMar Hamlin.
Right.
What just happened. We know when we go out there, our career can be taken just like that. Now, this is an example of how your life can be taken like that. Why would a player go out there and take on all the risk? I don't feel like Lamar Jackson should step on the field without a long-term contract.
Yeah, I hear you.
A lot of people are going to say, oh, the franchise tag is $40-something million.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No. It's $40 million versus $200 guaranteed.
Yeah.
If he's not getting the guarantee that he wants,
right,
I'm not stepping on that field. And then you're going to have a lot of fans, even teammates that might feel a certain way.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when you're done, you're going home with your own aches and pains, your own family dynamic, your own situation. So, yes, team is when we're in the locker room. Team is when we're in the field. But when we go to the business table, your teammate don't need to be in that room. The fans don't need to be in that room. That's between you and the owner.
Yeah. I know. Listen, I agree with everything you say. The only one thing that's interesting about that specific conversation is I think they've given them some big offers of guaranteed money. I just don't, it might not be to where he wants it. So that's where it gets dicey.
So let's
but
talk
I'm
about
never
it
going to
then.
be mad about a man.
So let's talk about it, right? Because we're two ex-players.
Yeah.
Did it at a high level, transition into media. Okay. So with Lamar Jackson, if he's a free agent, open market,
right,
how much does he get in guarantee from a San Francisco 49ers or a Jets or even a Miami Dolphin team or all these teams that may be a quarterback away?
Right. The
how much
Falcons
does he get?
are another one I look at to go.
How much does he get?
I mean, he should get.
Not how much he should get. How much can he get? How much will he get if he's a free agent?
I think he's going to get somewhere. He would get somewhere in the range of like 200 guaranteed, 190, 180,
pretty
somewhere
much
in there.
Anything he wants.
Pretty much, right.
So if he knows that, why would he take the 150 or whatever the numbers are that the Baltimore Ravens are throwing out there?
Sure.
Because that's the market. The market is what somebody will be willing to pay you.
I got you. I know. See, where I think that's there's another good one. I think Deshaun Watson in that contract has messed the market up. And I think that's where some of the owners are going, wait, that was just a dumb contract by a desperate, dumb owner in Cleveland.
Right.
And they're trying to wait, that's not shouldn't be the benchmark, right? You guys, they put themselves, but the player doesn't want to hear that because you're like, no, that's
doesn't
what
matter.
it is.
Well, what about Russell Wilson's contract? What about Aaron Rodgers' contract, right?
Yeah.
Josh Allen, Mahomes. There's a lot of benchmarks out there.
Yeah, I know. Well, Allen and Mahomes, I would tell you, are probably below market price for him right now.
Now.
I mean, because they're like 3 years in. They kind of took team-friendly, okay, we know it's going like this, but we'll take our $42 million, $45 million a year, which is insane.
Let me ask you this question. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Owner come out, says that, you're going to, we're going to work on a contract, something like that.
Sure.
Do you think it happens this year or you happen next year? And if it does, what range?
Well, if it happens, if they win, right, it's going to happen this year for sure. I think so. Yeah. He's going to have a lot to stand on. And like you're just talking about, he's going, wait, I run the football. I do some things. My shoulder's hurt right now. I'm about to play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right? I want to be compensated. Now, my thing with Jalen Hurts is I'm just not sold on how good he is yet.
Right.
Like I know he's good, and I get a lot of hate. I don't know how much you know about Jalen Hurts has become like a thing here. I was trending on Twitter yesterday.
Really? What happened? What did you say, Chris?
Well, I just tried to say, because people are trying to put him in Mahomes and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow class, and I just said I'm not ready to put him there yet.
Why?
Because he's got an all-star team around him. He's not asked to do what they do. Run up the middle for 8. Run up the middle for 8. Run up the middle for 8. Throw a wide-open slant to A.J. Brown. Run up the middle for 8. Throw a fade and jump all A.J. Brown. I'm not ready to say that that's in the class of those other quarterbacks.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Give me the top 3 Tom Brady's top 3 traits.
I would say first is I would go with his arm.
Okay, then second.
Then I would probably go with his clutchness.
Okay, then the third.
And then his leadership.
Okay.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning. Give me Peyton Manning's top 3.
Probably his ability to read a defense, I would say, is probably the number one thing.
Okay.
Right? I know where you're going with this.
And then we can go even Drew Brees. My biggest thing is sometimes when you talk about Patrick Mahomes, you talk about Josh Allen and all the greats, Lamar Jackson, talking about the physical stuff. But, bro, what y'all bring to the table from the quarterback position when it comes to leadership, when it comes to meeting guys where they're at. Even you and I have this relationship because you were the person in the locker room, not Josh McDaniels, not Kyle Orton, that was able to calm me down, that was able to speak to me, that was able to say, hey, knucklehead, you don't have a catch yet, but in the second half you might end with 10 for 150, right? So you have to account for that.
I agree.
I don't think the Eagles are the Eagles this year without him. You want to plug and play? I mean, you want to put in any other quarterback, they're not winning 13, 14 games, brother. I don't think.
Well, yeah, I disagree with you there.
You do?
I do.
What's the Minshew?
Well, yeah, like Minshew. Listen,
so you think Minshew?
No, they're not going to be in the Super Bowl, but they would have a playoff team.
Right.
I'll just say that. That's where again, Jalen Hurts has been good. I'm not disagreeing with a lot of you're saying. I'm just saying I think there's been a little too much credit given to him, where we're not looking at the totality of the team and going that he gets to play against a run defense almost every play, right? They're going, oh, no, we have to stop the run. So it's these coverages that if
You're
you and
missing
me.
it. You're missing it.
I like all the – listen,
Let me tell
I'm
you
not.
why you're missing it. And I'm going to keep using us as an example.
Yeah, fine. Keep using us as an example. I want to talk about you for a second here.
Who were the first two in the facility when we played for the Broncos?
First two in the facility? I don't know. I guess.
Players.
Was it maybe – I'm going to say Kyle Orton might have been there first. No, I don't know.
It was you and
me.
I. You were in there on the
bubble,
Bosie ball.
in the Bosie ball.
Doing your core exercise.
I didn't want to like pat myself on the back.
He was doing the LeBron James workouts before LeBron was doing the workouts. Like it was you over there, then I would be in the weight room, then I would come in and do my
you catch the
balls.
ball while I throw.
But the reason why I added catching the ball was because you asked me.
Yeah.
You said, Brandon, can you come catch this for me? And then we started a nice little morning routine.
Right.
Okay? I'm saying all that to say is you made me better.
Yeah.
And then by other guys seeing us doing that, first one's in, then other guys start coming.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is that guy.
I agree with that.
Right? So, yeah, you can talk about, oh, it's so easy, this and that, but is he not the one that's keeping the Eagles out of the receiver room with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith? Now, they're different cats. But it could be that quarterback. It could be that quarterback that's saying, meet me there at 5 in the morning, put some extra work in. That just goes a long way.
It does go a long way. All I'm saying is there's other guys out there doing that stuff too, and they don't have the Eagles around them, and so we're not going to see because they don't have the rest of the team to show us that. That's all I would say to you to that. That's all.
And that's why you're trending.
Well, it is. But because what happens is I become a hater. I'm just, you know me.
Yeah. No, you're real. You keep it real.
Or I become a racist.
Right.
And it's
that's
like,
what they hit you up with that?
I get that too. Like he doesn't like him. Yeah, he doesn't like.
You got more black friends than I got black friends.
Exactly. That's what I'd like the people to know a little.
Boy, hey, let me get the real. I won't tell about the other different days off the field. Boy.
That's what I mean. People don't understand that about me.
Man,
so
you don't owe them no answers, no explanations.
I know. I don't.
You know who you are.
All right, so let's
stop hating on my boy Chris.
Thanks.
He's just giving y'all the realness.
All right, let's get to you though, because you got to go, and I want to make sure we get to some of the. You're having one of the most special off-field post careers ever.
Wow.
I mean, you're doing your own thing with your own production company, and then what you're doing on Showtime with my dad and Paramount and all that, and then the thing you got here with your gym.
That's right. That's right.
Athletes first, right?
Yep. So listen, this is how I look at it, man. My life's work is bridging the gap in the mental health community, and I think there's more things that go into that, right? Like it can't just let me talk to a therapist or let me go meditate. You know, it's how we train. It's how we eat. It's how we sleep. It's how we recover.
Right.
It's our routine.
Right.
We are the healthiest people on the planet.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, Serena Williams, LeBron James.
You're teaming up with Tom Brady, if I'm not correct.
That's right.
Right?
TB12 handle all of our medical. So basically, House of Athlete Plus, that's in the App Store today, House of Athlete Plus. It's our entire experience when we walked into the facility, everything integrated and given to the adult fitness member out there and the youth athlete. So how we eat, how we sleep, how we train, having a coach there. That's what it is. There's a lot of trends and a lot of fads out there. Tom Brady's passionate about, helping people live better.
Yeah,
I'm passionate about helping people live better. So coming together where we do the physical stuff and Tom Brady's doing the recovery stuff is just a legendary collaboration. We have another person that we're working with on the mental fitness side. We'll make that announcement here in the next couple of months. But you'll have these three hidden monsters just disrupting this entire wellness space.
Yeah.
And it's not for us. It's like our real passion to help people.
Yeah. And it ain't disrupting. It's actually finally going to be putting it going the right direction.
That's right.
The way things should be done.
That's right.
Where,
you think about it, bro. Like,
right.
Remember what was I doing? Remember this?
Yeah.
Right. So, like, you're seeing me on the sideline. I just came off a hip surgery, about to go into another hip surgery. I'm
trying to get your muscles and hips right.
You see me, you're like, brother, can you go see this person?
Right.
You sent me to two doctors, one in Toronto, one that was
Denver.
in Colorado Springs that was coming to our facility.
Right.
That right there, and it made me better right away. I felt better. I performed better.
Right.
So how do we take that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Walking in, you having a Greek there, rocking there, MAT, ART, and being able to give that to all these other people that's out there living in pain, training in pain. Like, that's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing.
Hey, you're the man.
That's it.
Athletes first, Brandon Marshall.
House of Athlete.
What?
House of Athlete.
House of Athlete. I don't know why I said that. Sorry. House of Athlete Plus is the app.
There you go. That's
House
right.
of Athlete Plus, coming to a household near you.
There you go.
Pay attention to my man, Brandon Marshall. Last thing I want to do before you go, you're cool.
Right.
So you T-shirt and whatever pants you got on working here. I don't know what that is. Is that those cool pants right
You
now?
like it?
Not for me, for you.
You're smooth, too. You like the blue.
I'm all blue or all black. That's kind of just what I do.
I love it.
But I can't pull off this
The
right
blue
there.
looks good.
Thanks, man.
I
I
like
appreciate it.
Keep it simple, minimalistic.
Hey, follow Brandon Marshall wherever he is. He's the man. He's one of my idols in life. He's a Simms family idol. He really is.
I'm a Simms. I'm a kid.
You're
I'm
an
one of your
you're
kids.
an
I'm one of
extension
your
of the family.
brothers.
You're my brother. Brother from another. That's right. He's black. I'm white. We don't care. We're buddies.
There you go.
Thanks for watching, homies. Hit subscribe to see all my unbuttoned videos. You get to see me, Ahmed Fareed, all the big player breakdowns, game breakdowns, player interviews, and my film analysis. So please subscribe. Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Peace out.